What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a GitHub repo and use it on Ubuntu. So the first thing you're going to want to do, fire up a browser of your choice and go to github.com, and then you'll most likely, you'll have to sign in, or if you don't have an account, sign up for one. But once you're signed in, then head on over to repositories and let's click new. So this is going to be my Hello World Ubuntu repository. No description needed, public is fine. I'll add a readme, no license and no git ignore is fine. Then click create repository. And boom, this is our new repo. So now we want to actually, be able to pull and push to this repo so we can make changes with our code and use our source control. So the easiest way that I've done this is to clone it through HTTPS. Cloning works by just basically copying the repo and putting it onto your local machine. So if we go to files and then, so I'm just going to put this into my documents folder. So I would open up a terminal and let's see where we are first. So I want to go to documents and then do git clone and then just paste. Oops. Oh, that's right. With Ubuntu, you have to do it this way. So paste the HTTPS address and then hit enter. And that is it. So if we go to files, documents, and here is our repo folder now. Alright, so now that we have our repo cloned, we're going to want to actually interact with this, right? So I would recommend you open up Visual Studio Code. And if you haven't already installed this, I do have a video that'll show you how to install Visual Studio Code. I highly recommend it. So now we're going to want to open our repo folder. So we'll go to Documents, Hello World Ubuntu, Open. And this will just open up the folder, which just has the README. I'll say yes, I trust myself as the author. So it just says the README right now because we haven't added anything to this. So now we want to do new file, and this will be our Hello World program. So hello world.py, and then we're going to just do print and then in quotes hello world. So another thing that I highly recommend with Visual Studio is autosave. Autosave makes it so whenever you make changes, it just automatically saves them. That way you don't try to run a program with code that you haven't saved. It can be very frustrating. So this is saved now, and we can open up a new terminal within VS Code, which is super handy. And now we just want to run the program. So the first thing I want to check is that I have Python installed. So Python doesn't work, but Python 3 does work. This gives me Python 3.8.10. So the way to run this is to do Python 3 and then the name of your file. So hello world.py. And there it is, hello world. Alright, so now that we have a working program, we want to push this up to our repo. So the way to do this is to do, let me first show you this. So right now you'll see in the source control, there's one pending change, right? And that is our new file that we added to this repo. So we want to push this up so then it's in our repo. So we got to do a git add, and this just adds this file to our commit. So now we want to do a git commit and then add a message, adding hello world program. And now I'm going to do git push. Right now this is going to fail, and I know this will fail because I haven't configured my user email and username yet. But I will get to that. So right now I'm going to do a git push. I know this will fail, but what I'm hoping, yes. So GitHub wants to sign in using GitHub. I'm going to click allow. So this will handle the authentication for me, which is really, really nice that it just authenticates through the browser. So I'm going to authorize Visual Studio Code, and now we should be good. So if I open link, yes, and then open, and this should do the authentication, and it does. Okay, cool. So right now that git push shows everything up to date because we haven't pushed anything, but we are authenticated now. So the next thing we need to do, and you only have to do this once too, that's the nice part. It's kind of frustrating at first, but once you're through this, you're done. So now we want to set up these configuration parameters here. So I want to do my email, and that's just your email for GitHub. So just basically what you use to sign in with. So for me, at gmail.com. And then we also need to do our username. So I'm just going to use my GitHub username that I set up when I signed up for my GitHub account. So paste, and then in quotes, it will be like that. And now if I do, so right now I should have, yes, so this is a stage change, which means it's added. So we can do, I'll just do the git add again, and then git commit -m, adding hello world program, and then do the git push. And there we go. So that pushed that new file up to the repo, and you can double check this by going to your browser, heading to your repo, refreshing, and there it is, hello world.py. So I hope this made sense. It's a little confusing at first, but once you get it down, you can just do pulls and pushes and branches from here on out. That's great. As always, thank you for watching. I know that this video is a little rough around the edges, but I wanted to show you that the development process, it isn't always smooth sailing, right? I mean, I've done this before and I still struggle to do it again sometimes. So thanks for watching once again. And I do have a Discord server if you're interested in joining. It's a great place to ask questions or chat with other Python developers. And once again, thanks for watching.